Every hour, 16 people die in this country because of cancer. Not because we don't have the medicines to save them, but because they can't afford it. Every year, 50 to 60 million Indians are pushed into poverty because of medical bills. That means every single minute, 100 Indians fall below the poverty line just because someone in their family fell sick. Now you might ask, why are the medicines so expensive? Take an example of fever tablet. Paracetamol. A strip of 10 tablets cost 30 rupees, but making it barely costs 10 rupees. A cough syrup bottle you buy for 120 rupees costs less than a 10 rupees to produce. So why does this huge difference exist? Because medicines prices are not based on the production of costs. They are based on the marketing commission and the doctor's incentives. A sitting operation by NDTV recorded a pharma executive saying, "Doctors are our real customers, not patients. We keep them happy and they keep prescribing." This means companies spend more money bribing doctors with foreign trips, expensive gifts, and cash incentives than making the medicines affordable for the patients. Government data shows that profit margin on some antibiotics can be up to 900%. Dr. Chandra Gulati, a well-known medical expert, once said, "The price of medicines in India has nothing to do with the cost of production. It is all about how much bribe is needed to push that medicine." And here is another bitter truth. Most modern medicines are not designed to cure you completely. They are designed to control symptoms so that you keep buying them for the rest of your life. Take the example of diabetic medicine. They lower your blood sugar, but they don't fix why your body stopped controlling sugar properly. Painkillers, they stop pain, but they don't kill the root cause problem. Even cancer treatments don't always cure cancer. They just slow down the tumor growth for some time. So why is it like this? Because from a business point of view, a cure is a bad business. And one time cure means you stop buying medicines. But a drug you need to take every day, every month, every year, that guarantees permanent customer. Dr. Marcia Angel, former editor of the New England Journal of Medicine, which is one of the most respected medical journals in the world, said, "It is simply no longer possible to believe much of the clinical research that is published, or to rely on the judgment of trusted physicians." She meant research is often designed to show that a drug works just enough to get approval, not to fully heal the patient. Cancer is the biggest example and the best example of how this business works. Bayer, a German company, pharma company, sold a cancer drug called sorafenib in India for 2,80,000 rupees per month. An Indian company, Natco, made the same drug as a generic version for 8,800. When asked why Bayers didn't lower the prices, its CEO, Margin Decker, said openly, "We did not develop these medicines for Indians. We developed it for Western patients who can really afford it." Then there is no surprise when the 30% of Indian cancer patients stop treatment halfway because they ran out of money. Globally too, cancer treatment is making families bankrupt. A US study found cancer patients are 5 times more likely to go bankrupt than healthy people. And here is the another fact. Cancer is rising very fast. India had 1.4 million cancer cases in 2022 alone, and experts say this will rise to 1.57 million by 2025. Punjab alone saw a rise of 7% in the cancer cases in just 3 years. Now why does the government doesn't control these prices? India has something called the National List of Essential Medicines, NLEM. This is the list of important medicines where the government sets a minimum price. But here is the problem. Only 16% of the medicines are under this list. The other 84%, they can be priced however and whatever the company wants. And instead of expanding this list, in 2021, during the pandemic, the government allowed companies to increase the price of essential medicines by 10%. Dr. Malini Aisiola from the All India Drug Action Network said, "The government has chosen to side with the profiteers, not with the patients." So why does government do this? Because pharma companies donate huge amounts of money into political parties through something called electoral bonds, a legal but secret way for companies to fund politicians. An activist said it perfectly. You can't limit pharma profits when pharma profits are directly funding the elections. India also has the legal power to make the medicines cheaper through something called a compulsory license. This is when the government forces a company to allow others to produce cheaper generic version of the expensive drug in the interest of public health. But India rarely uses this power because it doesn't want to upset the foreign pharma companies. Now let us look at the US, because India is not the only victim of this suffering. The US has something called Medicare, which is the government's health insurance program for the people over 65 or the people with the disabilities. But here is the crazy part. Medicare is not legally allowed to negotiate drug prices with the pharma companies. A 2021 US House report showed that if Medicare could negotiate prices, it would have saved whopping $16.7 billion just on insulin. But pharma companies, they keep rising the prices. Take insulin for example. Eli Lilly, an American company which was the first company in the world to mass produce the insulin in 1923 after scientists discovered it. Originally, the insulin was meant to be cheap, but over time, prices skyrocketed. Eli Lilly's Humalog insulin has increased its price up to 1,219% since it launched. Sanofi Lantus insulin went up to 715%, and Novo Nordisk Novolog insulin went up to 625%. On this, Congressman Elijah Cummings shouted at Pharma CEO, "You are getting filthy rich at the expense of our constituents." But nothing changed because the pharma lobby is very, very powerful. When people see all this, it isn't any surprise they start to believe in the conspiracy theories. People say things like big pharma is hiding cures for cancer or vaccines are made to control the population. Are these theories true? Probably not. But when the CEOs openly admitted that the drugs are made for riches only, when the government protects profiteers over patients, when families are destroyed while the companies make billions, people stop trusting the system. And you don't even need conspiracy. The truth is bad enough. Sickness is profitable. Anand Grover, a health activist, once said, "For Big Pharma, your life is just a number on a spreadsheet." And that is the ugliest truth. A patient cured is a customer lost. Unless we demand change, health will remain a privilege only the rich can afford. And surviving a disease will stay a luxury only for those who can afford it.